Hello and welcome back to C-SPAN. Today I am here with the Deputy Director of the Diplomatic Security Service, and he has graciously invited us into the Department of State headquarters for an exclusive tour. Um, so thank you, Mr. Deputy Secretary, for
Always,
the
anytime.
outstanding opportunity.
Of course. Now, let's go ahead and start off with the front. So, obviously, here we are. We're standing right outside of the Department of State headquarters. This is where every single foreign uh, event takes place within the United States. Whenever we have somebody come visit us, we will always have them meet up here. We will then have the diplomatic the diplomatic security service will then provide protection for the foreign ambassador and or leader, along with also the Secretary of State or the Deputy Secretary of State, um, obviously regarding whoever is talking with the ambassador at the time.
Mhm.
Um, Going inside, we can see that recently the Department of State headquarters did recently have a change in carpeting. We went from a brown carpet to a red carpet, quite literally. um, from here, we also have the two wings of the Department of State. Over here on our left, we have the Diplomatic Security Service wing. Um, that's a little bit of a no-no for us at this current moment, because that deals with security things, and
Of course.
well, security is very tight at all
Oh
times for
yeah,
the
yep.
security
I've been
of
detained
America.
twice already, so.
Yeah. So entering into us now is the Department of State wing. So over here we have a lot of interesting things. Obviously, we have cubicles for the employees who work within our
Mhm.
department, and then over here we also have a bit of a lounge area.
Oh
This
wow.
is usually where all the foreign ambassadors, any of our ambassadors, any United States ambassadors, will usually stand here. We'll usually stand here, wait for everybody to come, while DSS is grabbing people from the visitor spawn to bring them here, so that way they are protected and everything goes smoothly,
Mhm.
which is always our number one goal within the diplomatic security service. So over here we have the Department of State conference room.
Oh wow.
It's a very lot of very interesting meetings happen here. It's a it's a conference room. I can't really say much other than very important people have spoken here. For example, the NATO summits have been held here
Wow.
with the protection of the diplomatic security service. Unfortunately, one has not happened under my leadership yet. However, eventually, once I get the opportunity, it will be probably one of the greatest in history.
Yeah.
Moving on from the conference room, let's go ahead and finish off the first floor before we go ahead get upstairs. So
Massive headquarters.
uh, yeah, yes, it's very large. Hell, we can just look right outside the window and we can see there's
Yeah.
two helipads.
Helipads.
Um, they are used very often, especially from the diplomatic security service. We do tend to use helicopters to transport our protectees in a very luxurious style. Um, However, that's not all the time. Usually we do it by land, but sometimes we do it by air if we're feeling classy.
Mhm.
Um, but following this wall, we have offices of each of our ambassadors. So, starting all the way from the back to the front, we have the ambassador to the UN. We have the West Europe ambassador. Following that, we have the East Europe ambassador. Some more cubicles for office workers, people who may work under the ambassadors. We have the West Asia ambassador, the East Asia ambassador, and then last but not least, we have the Assistant Secretary of the Bureau of Diplomatic Security, which is
Mm,
of course the other name for the Diplomatic Security Service.
right.
However, it's really whichever you prefer to say. I prefer to say DSS, but that's just me. Um, I would show you in the inside of these offices, however, I'm sure they may be filled at this current moment.
Hmm.
So it's better not to barge in on them when they are
Of
doing
course.
important ambassadorial stuff. So from there, we that's pretty much all the offices. So let's go ahead and head upstairs to the
All right.
secondary offices, which are
The
comprised
big
of,
people offices.
yes, the super important people, the Secretary of State and the Deputy Secretary of State. But before we go there, let's go into the press room and view
Oh wow.
this very
Very
beautiful press
nice.
room that is
We hope to
graciously
be using
developed.
this a lot, but every time.
Indeed, indeed. I have indeed been pressing for a few of our press releases to be held here. However, at the current moment, we don't really have any press releases to do. um, but personally, my favorite painting within the entirety of DOS would have to be this one in the press
Oh
room.
yeah,
It's just
it's gorgeous.
so beautiful. It's very beautiful.
Which war is this? Do
But
you have any idea?
uh, well, it is the
Oh,
settling of America.
yeah, it looks to be all American. Kind of looks
Indeed,
British over here
indeed.
for a moment, but it does
As
look.
we can see here on the far left, we have General George Washington with the
Yeah.
Continental Army
Mhm.
right behind him. And then we have the British, obviously.
Yep.
Very fun times back then. Very fun times. Um, then we have the continued colonization of the North Americas from
Oh yeah.
the east to the west coast.
Mhm.
Yeah, all that fun stuff. All that fun stuff.
Beautiful.
Um, if we
An
take a gander out this
outstanding
window over
view.
here,
Yeah.
yeah, it's a very outstanding view of DC. We have a great look at the Lincoln Memorial.
Yeah.
If we look down, we can obviously
Oh,
see the
see
DOS
DSS go.
parking lot. Yeah, yeah,
Oh,
they're
they seem to be having some driving issues.
yeah. Anyways, continuing on. So, continuing on. From the press room, we have the Deputy Secretary of State's office. Now, this is authorized access
Oh
directly
wow.
from him.
Wow.
We got explicit permission to come inside of here. Very beautiful view of DC as well. We can see the beautiful helipads where sometimes we have helicopters. Not this time. Not this time. But out here we can see
Oh
nice
wow. This is a.
metropolitan view of DC.
Oh
We have
yeah.
the park over there.
Beautiful
Very beautiful
monument.
park. We like to take our protectees there sometimes. They they enjoy going to the park. Fresh air is always good for everybody.
Yes, it is.
Indeed, indeed. We have some bookshelves. They're bookshelves. I
Wow.
don't read
Tons of
personally.
books.
I prefer to write than read, but that's just me. Continuing on, we have paintings of the Chief Justice over here on the right, and then we have the another Justice over here on the left,
All
FDSA.
right.
Uh,
Very nice. Very
an
nice.
interesting individual, an interesting individual.
Ooh.
But in here we have the Secretary of State's office. Um,
Oh wow.
very
It's huge.
very beautiful office, very spacious. Filled with an American tricone.
Oh wow.
Very
Yes.
very patriotic. She is this secretary. Along with that, we have the. Do you know what painting that is, sir?
I do
I
not.
do. You do not. It is the
Mm-mm.
signing of the Treaty of Paris in 1918.
Oh wow.
So the end of
Wow.
World War One.
Hmm.
Yes, very interesting. Very interesting. Very beautiful painting indeed.
Fits this
Um,
office.
I'm sorry.
It fits this office. I would like
It,
to.
indeed it does. Indeed it does.
Oh,
Um,
it's
down
getting
here
less
we
foggy outside now.
indeed. Uh, along with that, we also have another very beautiful view of metropolitan DC, but
Mm-hmm.
also a view of the Lincoln Memorial, much like in the press room.
Oh, yeah.
Uh, super beautiful view. It's always breathtaking whenever I come up here. I usually don't. I'm usually down there in the parking lot.
Yeah.
Oh dear. Oh, there's MSD dispatching some
Oh,
criminals.
yeah. You can see the cash
Oh.
flowing.
Yep. Yep. Oh. But that's pretty much the office portion of this. That's the Secretary of State's office, the Deputy Secretary of State's, and also all of the United States ambassadors, along with the press room and the conference room. So let's go ahead and get back downstairs
All
and
right.
let's go back down into the lobby. If the door would open, there we go. So obviously DOS is very rich in culture, history. We very much care for the history and especially the protection of everybody who comes here, civilian, foreign, domestic, whoever. We definitely care for their protection. Uh, as we can see here in this painting right here,
Oh, yeah.
that is
Cool.
a picture from the NATO summit. As we
Wow.
can see here, we had the previous Vice President Trivlax on the
Mhm.
far left at the end of the table. Oof.
Wow.
Excuse me. Yeah, very very good day that day. Unfortunately, I was not in DSS at the time. However, it was a very interesting moment.
Wow.
Back over here on the left, we have the previous director and deputy director, Snatchup and Atticus. They're taking a picture with the Secretary of State, the still current Secretary of State, and the still current Joint Chairwoman
Oh,
of
yeah.
yeah.
Very nice.
Very, 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 very interesting. That pretty much concludes this entire tour. Unless you
Alright.
have any questions, please
Well,
ask.
no. We'd just like to thank you. I'd like to thank the Deputy Secretary and the Secretary for allowing us to view their offices. It's been
Oh, it's
extremely honored to be a
mm-hmm.
part of it. We do hope to see that press room get some action. We would love to apply for a press pass. I don't know where exactly you'd go to get that, but I'd like to apply for one.
Those details will be ironed out when we get towards closer to that date. However, at the current moment, I cannot give you a solid date to when our next press release will be.
No problem.
But I do hope to see you there. I really do.
Well, we'll be there. We will be there.
That's good to hear. That's great to hear.
Well, yeah. Thank you so much again. He's
Always,
the
always.
Inspector
Oh.
General of DSS.
Indeed, he is the Inspector General
Very
of DSS.
nice to meet you as well, sir. But yeah, thank you so much to both of you for allowing us to come and film an exclusive tour.
Always, always, anytime, anytime. Here,
And
let's
we
take a
hope to
walk
see you.
outside.
Oh, yep.
Take a final look at the outside. Very beautiful
Very
building
nice
this is.
look. Oh, see DSS at it again.
Mhm. They're
What a
they're keeping an eye out on everything.
magnificent.
Yeah, making
building.
sure we're safe.
Oh,
Ooh,
oh.
don't mind the
Got some
gunshots.
live
Don't mind the
action back there.
gunshots.
Right. A very, very big headquarters.
Indeed, very beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Here, let's
I'm
go
just
inside.
showing 'em around. Yeah.
Let's go inside.
Let's just. Well, thank you again for showing this magnificent headquarters off.
Oh.
Well then, what a wonderful end to the video.
Indeed,
Wow.
what a wonderful ending.
Thank you so much for the tour. We appreciate it.
Always, yes, anytime,
Thank you.
anytime.
Hope to see you soon.
Indeed.